Bitola is the second largest city in Macedonia with a history dating back to the middle of the 4th century BC. Back then it was known to the ancient world as Heracleion-Lyncestis, a city founded by Philip II of Macedon, father of Alexander the Great. For this, Bitola is the oldest city in the Republic of Macedonia. Modern-day Bitola is a veritable mix of old and new, where Ottoman constructions and ancient ruins intermingle with modern office buildings. Exploring Bitola by foot is the easiest way to take in the city's sights and sounds. It takes about a day to see the main sites such as the many mosques, markets, and the Bitola 17th century clock tower. Plan to stay an extra night or two if you want to experience Pilister National Park. Things to do in Bitola include shopping, eating, and taking in the historical sites. As is the case with most other Balkan countries, Macedonia has played host to several dominating powers throughout the centuries, including Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, Slavs, and Ottomans. Each has left a distinct mark on Macedonian culture that can still be felt to this day. Stroll Sokak Street. Sokak Street, Wide Street, is a place to see and be seen in Bitola. This pedestrian boulevard is lined with shops, cafes, and restaurants. It begins in Magnolia Square, Bitola's main square. From here you can already begin to see the old Macedonian and Ottoman-style houses. Once you've seen the nearby Bitola clock tower and Virginia Sun Fountain in Magnolia Square, start your stroll up Sokak Street. Our guide made a point of saying that if you don't make time to have a coffee and people watch at one of the cafes along Sokak Street, it's like you haven't been to Bitola. They say that the prettiest girls in Macedonia parade up and down the street dressed in their best clothes. Tour the Museum of Bitola. For those of us that love a good history lesson, visiting the Museum of Bitola is a great way to learn about the Balkan struggle for independence from the Ottomans. The museum itself is situated in a mid-19th century building that served as a military academy. In 1983 it was repurposed into a museum to honor its most famous student, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, a Turkish army officer and first president of Turkey. He is credited with helping to overthrow the Ottomans and establishing the Republic of Turkey. The Istanbul airport bears his name. Atatürk was born in Salonika, modern-day Thessaloniki, Greece, and attended military school in Bitola. In addition to a wealth of information on Atatürk's life and military accomplishments, the Museum of Bitola also houses archaeological exhibits, reproductions of Leonardo da Vinci, ethnographic materials such as traditional costumes, a reproduction of a traditional village home, and the exhibition hall of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk that contains examples of his written work, memorabilia from his private life, as well as battle strategies in the library. Visit the ruins of Heracleion-Lyncestis. Heracleion-Lyncestis was an ancient city in the Kingdom of Macedon. Philip II of Macedon founded it in the 4th century BC with the presence of Greeks and Romans throughout the Balkan Peninsula. Each made their mark on Heracleion-Lyncestis. The ruins of Heracleion-Lyncestis are a testament to their tangible influences and dominance. The ruins themselves are located just 2 kilometers south from the center of Bitola, at the foot of Buba Mountain. Though smaller than the original city, the archaeological site of Heracleion-Lyncestis holds several important buildings and sites. These include the Roman Theatre, Roman Thermae, Bath Complex, small and large basilicas added by the Byzantines, Jewish temple, and intricate church floor mosaics that are fantastic examples of early Christian art. Take a day trip. It would be a shame to come to Bitola and miss Pilister National Park, a 17,150-hectare nature preserve on the north side of Mount Buba. Pilister boasts several established hiking paths and clearly marked nature trails, as well as horseback riding, picnicking spots, rock climbing, and skiing. Visitors can stay the night at one of the accommodations located within the park such as Hotel Malika or Capri Hotel and Restaurant, shop for souvenirs at the Stara Karsija, Old Bazaar. Bitola was a center of trade in the Balkans, which makes it no wonder why the Turks established a bazaar here during the rule. Stara Karsija, or the Old Bazaar of Bitola, is one of the city's most important cultural and social features. Walking the cobblestone streets, it is easy to gain a sense of how the bazaar felt in its heyday. It boasted over 900 shops selling everything from housewares to farm animals. Historically, the Old Bazaar was the place where you could find anything you needed: soap, cobbler, silk, gunpowder, wool, leather, etc. Nowadays, the Old Bazaar of Bitola is still a lively place for shopping, especially for souvenirs such as hand-woven wool blankets and rugs. It is smaller than the bazaar in scope here, but there is plenty to buy nonetheless.